What's up everyone? Welcome to another video. This is Sunny from personalmasteryquest.com, and today I want to show you how to trick your mind into believing your visualizations as reality. So I mentioned in my other visualization video that us human beings have a severe bias towards the physical reality side, right? We like to directly take action and impact the world and see instant results. And sometimes we get into a phase of being lazy with our mental and spiritual work because we don't see direct consequences of that action. We don't see the direct results. So because of that, today I wanted to share with you a story that's going to help you balance out this bias. And it's the story about an experiment that I heard recently. In this experiment, they blindfolded a man. And what they did was, behind his back, they were holding a hot coal. And they kept moving the hot coal closer to his back. And he felt the heat increasing as the coal kept getting nearer and nearer. And because of that, his body filled up with fear. His mind filled up with fear, and his entire system was anticipating a hot coal approaching his back. And what the experimenters did is, right before they were about to touch his skin with the hot coal, they swapped out the hot coal with a cube of ice and touched his skin with it. But because the man was anticipating with so much fear and anxiety the hot coal to be burning his back, what happened was interesting. His mind reacted as if a hot coal had actually burned his back. His body reacted as if a hot coal had actually burned the back. And what happened was a blister formed on his back. And so even though it was just a cube of ice being pressed onto his back, because he so firmly believed that it was going to be a hot coal, and his entire body, his entire mind was in anticipation of that hot coal, the body and mind reacted in a way that were aligned with his expectations, with his beliefs. So then why am I telling you this? And what does this experiment really prove? It proves that all experience is actually happening within the mind. And this is actually now a scientifically proven fact that everything that you experience isn't actually happening outside of you, it's happening within you. What happens is that your senses are collecting information at all times. And what they do is they collect this information and they feed it to the mind, which then processes this information. So what you really experience is not the event itself, it's actually the event that passes through the analytical filter of your own mind, your own perception, and you experience that version of the event. And what's even more interesting is that the mind collects information not just from the present moment, but also from the memory and imagination. The mind is experiencing information from the present moment, which is coming through the five senses currently, right now. It's experiencing the memory through all of the information that the five senses have gathered in the past. And it's also experiencing the imagination, the future, through whatever you are visualizing currently. And to top it all off, the mind has no idea if it's experiencing the thing right now or if it's from the past or the future. As long as you are emotionally involved and you are giving the thing your focus, your concentrated focus, it perceives the event as happening right now. It has no way of knowing what is real and what is fake. It just knows that it's experiencing it. So that's why we say that people who constantly live in thoughts of the past, who are constantly reliving the past, they are always emotionally attached to the past. Their mind is actually carrying that past over into the present moment and experiencing it again. And as a result of that, what happens is that they continue to create more of the same situations and experiences going forward in the future. And the purpose of this video that I'm making today is to show you that when you properly visualize, when you are living in your mental slide, when you are feeling the emotions that you would feel if you were already living your dream life, your mind has no idea that it's just a vision, that is just imagination. It is experiencing that visualization as the present moment. It actually thinks it's happening right now. So the stronger your imagination, the more you are able to influence the mind. And I've discussed in my previous visualization videos that when you are visualizing and you get comfortable living in your mental slide, you start to match the wavelength, the frequency of your dream self and your dream life. And you start to oscillate at that frequency, at least temporarily, but it helps. And what happens as a result of that is that doors start opening up for you. The means of achieving your goal present themselves because now you start to embody what your dream self, what your dream life is vibrating at. So naturally, subconsciously, you start acting like that self in the present moment. That is what we mean when we say act as if. And now you know why this happens. It happens because when you're visualizing, your mind has no idea that the thing that it's perceiving right now is not actually real, that it's not actually true right now. It's perceiving it as the real deal, as it's currently happening. And so it starts to actually oscillate at that same frequency. So when you're visualizing, you're actually tricking your mind into thinking that that's your life, that that's your reality. And that's what I want to request to you today. Don't just take your visualization lightly. Get involved in it. Start having fun with it. Start exploring its possibilities. Don't get lazy and neglect it as a part of your daily practice. Really get into it. Your imagination is the workshop in which you are creating your future, which you are creating all of your experiences of the future. So do it with more intent. And the better that you get at visualization, and yes, it's a skill. So the more you hone it, develop it, and the better and stronger that your imagination becomes, the more influence you'll have over creating the experiences of your future. So guys, that is all I have for this video. I hope you found it helpful. Subscribe to this channel if you haven't already, and I will see you in the next video.